Hi everyone, I just wanted to share a table that I found a few days ago, and this is actually the latest in a string of Obama tables. As I've mentioned before, I have several Obama tables. It would actually take several videos to try to go over all of the tables, so I have to just go over them one at a time. And this is the latest one. There's other terms that come up in this table, as you can see here, that I'll go over. This is just the scaled down version, so I can show you how it comes up and how many matches come up. And I just thought this table was important because I believe it confirms the red wedding that Obama was talking about. He said there's going to be a red wedding, and once you see the matrix that this comes up in, I think you'll see why this is depicting a red wedding. And so it seems to confirm what Obama said at the correspondence dinner about how there's going to be a red wedding. And the way I came up with this table originally is I wanted to explain how there's a true bride that's God's bride, and the true bride is represented by New Jerusalem. So there's a holy city, and then there's the evil bride, which is represented by Babylon, which would be Satan's bride. So I just wanted to confirm that Babylon is Satan's bride in the Bible codes. So I tried putting in the words Satan's bride and Babylon, and as you can see, it does seem to confirm that, because over here in the red you have the word Satan, the letters S, A, T, A, N. It's actually Satan's because it's Satan's bride, and then the S is right here. So it's Satan's bride, and you see bride coming up in the pink with the letters B, R, I, D, E, and it shares the B with Babylon. So to me that seems to confirm that Satan's bride is Babylon. And if you read the matrix, I believe that seems to confirm it as well. And I'll just quickly go ahead and read this matrix, and then I'll go on to the Obama table. But it's coming up in Jeremiah 34 verses 2 through 7. And it says, "Thus saith Jehovah, the God of Israel, go and speak to Zedekiah, king of Judah, and tell him, Thus saith Jehovah, Behold, I will give this city into the hand of the king of Babylon, and he shall burn it with fire." And I just got reminded of this song by Alicia Keys that she sang at the inaugural event, so I just pulled it up. But that's pretty much what she sang about. Okay, so we pretty much get the point. Obama's on fire and he's going to set the world on fire. And over here, where it has Satan's bride, we have the city of Babylon. And over here it's saying that, thus saith Jehovah, the God of Israel, go and speak to Zedekiah, king of Judah, and tell him, thus saith Jehovah, behold, I will give this city into the hand of the king of Babylon, which would be the Antichrist, and he shall burn it with fire. And so that's pretty much what Alicia Keys sang about in her song. And so I'm not going to read the rest of this matrix because I think that pretty much makes a point with just the first verse that comes up. So I'm just going to go ahead and go on to the Obama tables. And like I said, there's two matches that come up for Obama bride. And the first one comes up in the second book of Kings, chapter 3. And this is really interesting, this entire chapter, the way it reads, and the imagery that's being presented in this chapter, which really matches with what Obama said about the Red Wedding. But the second match is coming up in Mark 11, which is also very interesting because of the fact that there's going to be the mark of the beast. And I've talked about how the number 11 seems to make reference to DNA. And I do believe this chapter is talking about DNA, but for me to explain that would take several videos and I would really get off track trying to explain that, so I might do that another time. But I do believe this is making reference to DNA, and I might explain it a little bit because I think it's really interesting to see that parallel. But that's the second matrix that comes up, and as you can see, there's several terms that come up in that matrix as well. But I'll go over the first one first, which is coming up in 2 Kings chapter 3. And I'll go over some of the terms and then I'll read the matrix. Okay, the first table I'm going to go over is this one right here, which reads Obama, Mark, Beast, Red, Wed, Bride, Tyre, Whore. And the Bible refers to Babylon as the whore of Babylon. And I just want to show you where it says that. It's in Revelation 17, verse 1. It says, And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. And I'll just skip down to over here, and it says, And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon, the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. So in the Bible, Babylon is referred to as the great whore. And so I just tried putting in the word great just to make sure that that comes up. Actually, I'll just do it this way so you can see it better without all the other terms. But you see the word whore comes up here in the bluish purple, the letters W, H, O, R, E, and it's meshed in with the word great, which comes up in the lavender with the letters G, R, E, A, T, and then you have bride coming up in the pink with the letters B, R, I, D, E, and then you have Obama coming up in the red with the letters O, B, A, M, A, and it's meshed in with the word bride. Okay, this is the original table I was going to show, it has at the top Obama, Mark, Beast, Red, Wed, Bride, Tyre, and then whore. And the word Tyre, or the city of Tyre, is actually another name for Babylon, and I had discovered that when I did this video over here. It's on the fall of Babylon. It's actually one of the first videos. It was the second one right after the Nibiru table that I had actually done, so I did this a long time ago. But when I did this table, it was actually on Yeshua Returns, and this was a really amazing table, but it came up in the scriptures in Ezekiel 27, I believe is where it was, and that's where I discovered that Tyre is another name for Babylon, because Ezekiel 27 reads almost exactly like Revelation 18. Okay, so you see the word Tyre coming up in the yellow over here with the letters T, Y, R, E, and it's coming up right where it says thy mother. And if you remember, we just read over here that Babylon is the great whore, the mother of harlots. And over here in this table you have the word red, and it's coming right over here where it says red water. But this is very significant in light of the matrix that comes up, because it does talk about red water. That's what this matrix is about. But over here it's actually part of the word poured, but it looks like red water up here, which is what is really amazing about this table, and why this is a picture of the red wedding. But I'll explain that later when I read the matrix. For now, I'm just going to finish going over the terms. But you have red over here, and then you have wed, which is short for wedding, coming up in the blue with the letters W-E-D, and then it's sharing the W in whore, which is coming up here in the green, which of course would be the bride that Satan marries. So you have that sharing the W in wed, and you see the letters W, H, O, R, E, and it's interesting that it shares the R in Israel. But then it says to deliver them into the hand of Moab. It's also interesting that it has USSA coming up right here in the text, and it's right next to the D in bride, which is coming up in the light green over here with the letters B, R, I, D, E. And of course Obama was coming up in the red, and over here in the pink we have the word Mark coming up in ELS form with the letters M, A, R, K, and then Beast comes up in the plain text in the lavender. Okay, I'm about out of time, so I'll have to continue in the next video, but I just wanted to let you know that I've been working on another video. As you can see right here, I recorded 3 videos a few days ago that I was trying to explain about 1 Samuel 6. I wanted to explain how I believe that represents the restoration of the temple and the DNA, but it was pretty complicated, and it took 3 videos before I even began to scratch the surface on everything that I wanted to explain. But I'm going to try to continue working on that and maybe eventually get that uploaded, but I just wanted to let you know I was working on it, and I'll go ahead and continue with this table in the next video. Thank you.